Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jay Hollingshead, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker, catering to athletes, entrepreneurs, teaching them the mental game as it should be taught. I also cater to everybody who's determined if you want to get better at what you want, at what you're doing. I got you. The mental game, the mental edge is what you need. I get on it every night, 365 days a year. I'm doing this thing, teaching the mental game, letting everyone know what they can do to improve themselves to get better and better every day. I am coming to you with episode number 213. Episode 213 of 365. Today is Tuesday, day 3 of the week. And day 3, we discussed pillar number 3, which is focus and concentration. Focus and concentration. Now, I got to give my shout out to all of my front row people who come on at 9 o'clock on the dot. These are my front row people, my season ticket holders. They know what time it is. They know what time the show starts, and they show up. All right, my big brother AJ, Arthur Hollingshead, I love you, man. My wife Lisa Hollingshead, what's up, babe? I appreciate you and love you too. June Drunker, what's up, June? I appreciate you as well. Those that are watching this on repeat, thank you. I appreciate you. You are my blessing. And for those that want to watch this episode in its entirety, feel free to do so on my YouTube channel, or you can go to watch it right here. I think it'll be on Facebook, of course. You want to watch it in its entirety. My YouTube channel is available for your viewing pleasure. Like, share, tag, the whole nine. Tawanda Peep, what's up, sis? How you doing? I saw you tuning in last night. I appreciate you. And you are in my prayers as well. Definitely so. I love you for that. Thank you so much. Now, let's get right into it. We're talking about focus and concentration. Now, didn't do a whole lot of research on this today. I had my time spent I had to allocate my time to something else that was a little bit more pertinent at the time. So I'm going to go from what I've been studying for the past year. Here we go. I'm going to talk about focus and concentration, and I'm going to dispel a myth. And that myth is that you cannot focus. You cannot concentrate. People are saying all the time, I hear it all the time, I can't focus, I can't concentrate. Nah, it's a choice. It is a choice. I'm going to break it down and tell you why it's a choice. Now, if you are a chemically balanced person, that means you are not chemically dependent on something to help you focus, like those with ADHD or ADD, and you take Adderall or something like that to help get your focus to where it should be. Okay, that's understandable. But if you are not chemically dependent and you're saying you can't concentrate, okay, that's a myth. I'm saying that because we concentrate all the time. Every single person on this earth, every day, all day long, we concentrate. Why? Because most of us, the majority of us, are masters at what we concentrate on. If you master something, if you master one thing, then that's what you concentrate on. That's what you concentrate on all the time. They're back home in Memphis. They're guys, they like their hair cut low, and guys with this wavy hair, and they brush their hair all the time. That's what they concentrate on, brushing their hair. Next thing you know, they got waves all in their hair from brushing their hair all the time. That's what they do all day long, 24/7. They sit there with a brush and they just brush their hair. They brush their hair, watching TV, brush their hair while driving. It doesn't make a difference. But that's what they are masters at. Now, all of us, if not the great majority of us, are masters at being distracted. Why are we masters at being distracted? Because we practice being distracted all day long, every day. Think about it. Most of us are on social media. And most of us have multiple social media platforms. And a lot of us, the younger we get in age, or the younger age group that I'm speaking to, we have notifications, alerts that so-and-so is going live, or so-and-so is doing this, or boom, you got a text message, boom, you got an alert, boom, you got an instant message. And if you got 7 or 8 different social media platforms, and you got 7 or 8 different notifications, not to mention your text message notifications, your email notifications, then every time you get a notification, you stop doing whatever it is you're doing and you look at your phone. You got to stop doing whatever it is and look at your phone. You're practicing being distracted. And it doesn't help the fact that our society today is called, good friend of mine, Curtis Brittman, the guy that used to cut hair in my shop, one of my barbers, or former barbers. He said we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants everything in an instant. And you see it all the time. Instant this, instant that. We get this fast. No, I'm faster. Everybody wants to be the fastest. So our time and attention span is cut short. We want everything instantly. And if we don't get it instantly or fast, then we get frustrated and don't know how to handle it. We don't have any patience. So all of this is a constant practice of being distracted. And we are concentrating on being distracted. We are actually concentrating on building a lack of focus. Concentrating on building literally a lack of concentration. We're doing the opposite. Now, how do we fix that? We fix that by doing what I just said, the opposite. Okay, I got a low network connection. Hold on. I got a low network connection. I'm going to keep recording and hopefully we can still be going. Got a low network connection, but that's all right. And we practice being distracted all the time. So how do we fix that? We do the opposite. Stop getting distracted. We take time to purposely ignore something. If we take the time to purposely stop in the middle of conversation to check our text message, we're at the dinner table, all of a sudden the phone goes off. We got to stop and answer. We got to stop and look at it. Take time to do the opposite. Stop and ignore it. Or I'm sorry, don't stop. Just ignore it. Make a plan. Purposely ignore it. Now, a habit of doing that will actually get your mind in the habit of slowing down and stop racing, jumping from one thing to the next, jumping from one subject to the next. Your mind is constantly jumping and constantly racing. And that's why people practice awareness and mindfulness to stop all the lack of focus and the lack of concentration. Awareness and mindfulness slows the mind down. We think in pictures, and when we think in pictures, everything we hear is a thought. When we think about it, every word, everything that our five senses pick up, whatever we smell, taste, touch, see, or hear, they become picturized, or an image of that shows up in our mind, and that's what we're thinking about. We hear somebody say the red ball, then there's a red ball in our head. Okay, now it's saying connection available. I'm not exactly sure how much of the broadcast that I lost, but I'm going to pick up where I think I left off. I said, how do you fix the lack of concentration? Well, you do the opposite. When you do the opposite, you're actually working on not being distracted. You are purposely ignoring something. Now, that can happen for only so long, but not every generation is going to get with that. Here's a hypothesis I want to put at you just so I can get you to think about something. With every generation, we adapt, we evolve, and it's like a generational adaptation to what's happening in society. We adapt to our world, and if our world is becoming a world of being distracted all the time, then every generation is growing into that and getting used to that, and we are growing into a generation of being distracted, and we are making that adjustment after one generation after the next. So my suggestion is, for right now, this generation, who we are right now, think about it. To be successful, you have to not be so distracted. You have to take time to focus, slow your mind down. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're saying. Evolve beyond the distractions and develop patience. Sit down and actually take time to think about things, look at things, actually learn and study it from an observational point of view. But when we go back to what I just said about the generational thing, everybody evolves. Each generation evolves. As that generation evolves, they adapt. So how do you think the next generation will adapt to this constant distractions. We're constantly being distracted with social media, constantly being distracted with shorter time spans of everything. How do you think that's going to happen? Just something to think about. But to curb the lack of distraction, you got to purposely ignore something. Just do the opposite. Purposely ignore. That way you can build your focus, build your concentration. When you build your focus and concentration, you actually have the ability to stop, think, make better decisions. You can move forward with clarity. That's what happens when you focus and get your concentration where it should be. That's all I have for today in episode 213 of 365. I am Jay Hollingshead, your high performance mindset coach and public speaker. It is the end of the day. Check your day. Recap. Did you make more efforts than you made excuses, or did you make more excuses than you made efforts? If so, you already know what to do tomorrow. Take the time, make the effort, not the excuse. This is Jay Hollingshead wishing you be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.